Lake District is a masterpiece of nature, but its beauty is a thin veil over a jagged history. Most ghosts belong to the shadows of folklore, but one spirit here is so persistent, it's officially recognised by the British government. If you look on an Ordnance Survey map of Windermere, you'll find a label printed in cold black ink, the Crier of Claife. It's the only apparition in Britain given a permanent coordinate. Tonight, we go beyond the map to the screams and the walls and the silent armies on the cliffs. Stay on the watch, because in the lakes, the water isn't the only thing that's bone-chilling. It began at the ferry nab. A cry for help echoed across the water. A boat, a boat. A young ferryman rowed out into the darkness that swallowed his lantern hole. He was found the next morning, a broken man. His youth had been stripped away, his hair was snow white, and his eyes were fixed in a permanent stare of terror. He died days later, never uttering a word about what he found in the fog. Today, hikers on Claife Heights report rhythmic, heavy footsteps that follow exactly 3 paces behind them. When they stop, the footsteps stop. The coordinates on the map don't just show where the crier is, they warn you where not to go. At Calgarth Hall, the walls have ears and teeth. In the 16th century, Prester Cook and his wife Dorothy were framed for theft by a wealthy magistrate who wanted their land. Before they were hanged, Dorothy cursed him, promising they would never leave. Soon after, 2 skulls appeared in the hall. They were buried in the woods, burned in the hearth, and weighted with lead and thrown into the lake. Every time, they returned to their niche, dry, intact, and screaming. To this day, the sudden sound of an ear-piercing shriek is said to shatter glass in the dead of night. If you're enjoying this video, can I please ask you to like and subscribe? Lowther Castle is a refurbished skeletal ruin, and it still holds its most beautiful tenant. The White Lady is a haunting of pure grief. She's the ghost of a woman who died of a broken heart after her lover was killed. Unlike most spirits, she's seen in the golden light of the afternoon, drifting through the roofless arches. She doesn't hide, she waits. But if you try to speak to her, she dissolves in a swarm of white petals that vanish before they hit the grass. She isn't a memory, she's a permanent loop of loss. I've taken part in a ghost hunt at Lowther Castle, and if you'd like us to shoot a video from there, please let me know in the comments. In 1744, dozens of witnesses saw the impossible. On the vertical, inaccessible cliffs of Sutter Fell, the silent army began to march. Thousands of soldiers, cavalry and carriages moved across the rock face where no human could stand. There was no sound of hooves, no clatter of steel, just a spectral regiment moving in perfect formation. When the witnesses climbed the fell the next morning, they found not a single hoofprint, not a blade of grass disturbed. It was a vision of a war that hadn't happened yet, or perhaps one that never ends. Our final legend is a modern one, found on the lonely A591 mountain pass. Drivers at night report picking up a young man in a leather jacket. He asks for a ride to Keswick, sitting quietly in the back seat. But as the car descends the pass, the temperature drops. Driver looks in the rearview mirror to find the seat empty. All that remains is the smell of old engine oil and a damp cold patch on the upholstery. He's the residual rider, a man who died in a motorcycle crash and is still trying to get home, one ride at a time. The Lake District isn't just a place of water and stone. It's a ledger of those who couldn't leave. Whether they're printed on old maps or sitting in our back seats, they're part of the memory now. Tread carefully on the fells, because you never know who's walking 3 paces behind you. Next Sunday, we're exploring the mystery of the black-eyed children, the horror of the uninvited. This has been the Northern Spectre. Stay on the watch. The lakes remember, and now, so do you.